Didn't she tell you she had a boyfriend? Why then did you keep disturbing her? She rejected your calls and you sent her texts that made her pity you. She finally picks and you said all the sweet things you could think of. She asked you to stop and end the call. You kept calling. She off her phone. You continued like that. After 2 weeks she feels a bit relaxed with you. She now smiles when you call her pet names but refuse to respond to them and still wants you to stop calling her those names because she felt uneasy and insecure about the whole thing. But you don't care and continued like that. After 45 days she could kiss you on phone and tell you how much she loves you. You invited her to your house and she found it difficult to say yes. You pretended to be angry because you now know how much she loves you, and she called back to apologize and promised to come. Then you smile. You quickly wash your utensils, arrange your room, bought air freshener, brought out your white towel that you don't use as usual, bought protection and some hard drugs to help you impress her. Saturday came and she didn't make it because her conscience didn't allow her to come. You called and used her feelings against her. She felt so guilty and apologized. Sunday morning she dressed for church and heads to your one-room apartment. It was below her expectation compared to what you said on phone when trying to win her heart, but love conquered the feeling a normal person should get from such poor impression. She asked for a seat. You asked her to sit on the bed. She did. You went out to buy a drink for her. Then she lifted the pillow and saw the protection and felt so bad and afraid of your plan. Then you came in and started talking about her beauty and relationship life. She didn't want to talk about it but you insisted. She opened up how she loved Dan and he broke her heart, and how Job showed her to his parents just to lure her to his bed, how Ben engaged her and was later caught red-handed on top of another girl. She began to weep. She explained how she decided never to love any man again till she's ready for marriage. You felt like a man for winning her heart again. You went closer, held her, cuddled her, kissed her. You wanted to do it. She refused and continues weeping. You pet her the more and she melted. You went in, she screamed. You did it too hard to impress her and she cried her soul out, and you done. You woke up, so your protection busted. You sighed. She held you very close. She's in love so much now. You look at her and felt disgusted. You felt she's not even a virgin after all her presents. Then you ended the relationship in your heart. You hurried her to go home and she did. She started calling and you started feeling like Father Abraham. You suddenly became busy. You don't have her time. She came to your house after 5 days of your attitude. She saw you with another girl. She cried home, waited for your calls. You felt less concerned. She called you and you ignored for days. She felt played again. She broke down. She lost appetite. She lost hope on men. She went to mark the date on her calendar and noticed it was new month. She checked her own doors, and no blood Jesus. She missed her period. She called and called, you kept ignoring. She sent a message, you disappeared. She came looking for you for weeks. You packed out. She took all forms of hot substances to kill the child, got done. Years later she got married. Years later she couldn't conceive. Years later she lost her marriage. Years later she remarried. Years later she couldn't conceive. The doctor came in and said she damaged her womb. Husband remarried. She couldn't leave the marriage this time. She became a slave in her matrimonial home. Brother, that is her present condition right now. But you happily married somewhere with your wife and family. And you talk about God and heaven, right?